What's good? Uh, here's your girl, Asha Sa Woo. Like Sa Woo, Sa Woo, not Sa Who or say ha or who, hey, what's goody now? Let's get into it. So, anyways, I just recorded a video, right? And I was walking and I was just talking because I was feeling it. And I realized at the end when I was watching it, I was kind of recorded from this angle, and it just wasn't really. I still add some clips because it was really good. Like I really appreciate what was flowing out of me. But I think this is better, leveled. Uh, but I really just wanted to kind of get into talking about online teaching, social media guidance. You know, I think we're in a space. If your soul and your spirit really is longing to move in the direction that it is already set to move, your mind, your body, and your heart have to follow in alignment. And I can speak for myself as somebody who scrolls through social media and has to take mini breaks because it's so easy to get lost in TikTok and Instagram and all of these quick popcorn motions. What I analyze for even my own self is that you gotta learn deeply, deeply. Like this saying used to just be a saying that the elders would say, and they mean it. They meant it, and they might have meant it as deeply as I'm saying it. But I'm just saying, even so more now, since the information is fast, the information is being regurgitated. The information doesn't feel like it has a lot of depth to it. A lot of different conspiracies. A lot of places for you to get lost in. You really got to know yourself so that you can take the meat and throw the bone. And if it's only a bone, leave the bone there. And if it's all meat and it's boneless, eat it till it's sweet. Um, and I think it's really important to know that um, how you exist within yourself is how you'll receive information from any other teacher, guide, or influencer here on the interwebs. Um, we're all connected, all of us with spirits are connected naturally without this device, without the internet. Literally, barefoot on the ground, I can feel and communicate to you, you can feel and communicate to me. But with so many people having access to one, the same information that sounds good, and then also with money being the main focus of energy exchange these days, it can get cloudy and it can be a space where we can become easily misled based off of aesthetic, based off of the flashing of the money, based off of people with big voices or big energy, making it seem as what they're saying is 100% fact and true. It can be. Not saying that I have a big presence. I can. I'm also very gentle. I'm like strong and gentle in the same. So I'm not saying that big energy is wrong. I'm just saying if you are somebody who is in receiving mode and you feel this energy, and you're not necessarily strong within yourself, it's going to be easy to kind of submit to that energy and receive everything that it has to say versus knowing and being strong in yourself and committing to your own energy and being able to take the meat, throw it about. Um, I say that really too because it does make me feel a way, or I do feel a way that there are so many young kids on social media, and it's social media can be very desensitizing, and then also quote unquote uplifting, and it can get very. I know as a teenager, when I was a teenager, I had so many feelings, and anything that anybody said that wasn't my parents, I stood on 100 times more because I was in battle with them back then, and I didn't know myself at all. I was very insecure. I had so much emotion, so many details that I could not explain, that anybody outside of me had more weight than anybody that was close to me. And I feel that with social media, for young people especially, it is very, very easy for them to big brother, big sister, auntie, somebody outside of them. Um, and spirituality and energy work and all of that stuff, I personally love, but I love it because I feel called to it. I've always felt called to it all of my life. And this social media thing is only a way for me to express that. But even with me, if there is not a resonance with my voice, with my tone, beyond these words that are coming out of my mouth, flee the scene. I don't care who it is, your mama, your daddy, your sister, brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, all of them. Like, it doesn't matter. If you are only listening to the words that are coming out of people's mouth and not the tone or the energy that they're bringing forth, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about aesthetics. I love a good aesthetic. I'm a Libra, honey. I am a I can get into my astrology if I want to, but I love beautiful things. And so it that was something I had to learn throughout my own journey. Is I used to pinpoint people who I thought like looked better than me, and I'm not just talking about like beautiful and like face, but looked better than me. They had more money. They had a better speech than I did. Like when it came to spirituality, they had more connections. So for me, I looked at those people as having a more divine connection to the Most High than I did. And I had to learn by actually interacting and engaging with these people that that wasn't necessarily true. Not taking away from, because I met some really authentic like people who were really, really connected and really has helped me a lot. But I'm saying that to say that is not the only defier or defining attributes that I needed to look at. Like, I needed to listen to their tone. I needed to see how they move with people, and not people who were that they may have thought were better looking or more connected to them, or you know how power can have a great influence on people. People treat people with power or with a strong personality, or the cool people, they treat them in a certain way. But you need to also look at how people treat people who don't have, how do people move? Like, I ain't the best. Like, my attitude can be real bad. I could be real nice. I have isolated myself these days because I realized that I don't really like being around people all the time. Like, I love being, I'm a social person, but I can't be around people 24/7. It's just not my energy. It used to be, but even then, I can't even say that because back in the day when I was a teenager, my attitude was sharp. And I cussed any and everybody out. And I got in arguments and fights and all of these jizz jazz. But that was because I didn't know how to manage my energy. And now that I do, and now that I'm still continuing to learn and ground myself in that, I take pride in being alone, and I take that's very important to me because it helps me recharge and it helps me to be able to be fully present when I am, connecting with others outside of my house, or even if people come over, So social media is just a very strong energy, and it's so much information and so many things that I feel like are a part of a new set of a program that can take us away from nature and natural living and full connection to one another, that it's pretty scary. Um, it's pretty scary because what that will bloom into, I don't know. But I trust that we can witness our own self and be strong in our own selves so that we can fully connect with who we need to and find teachers, guides, because we need that. I know as a person who went from one religion to really appreciating many religions, and I don't have a religion, but I do have a way of life now. Um, but I went from Christianity, and I was so extremely rebellious after I quote unquote got out of Christianity. But I respect Christianity now. But flirt, and I'm not good there. But when I got out of it, I was so uh, rebellious against it that it wasn't no teacher, it wasn't no mentor. It was just me, focused, doing research, doing reading and learning astrology and learning all of these different tools. Um, until one day I was like, there's something that I need to grasp a little better and more in depth. And it's really important to have teachers, not somebody who will take away your own free thought, your own free movement, your own embodiment, but somebody who can guide you in a focused subject to give you said information so that you can flow within your own space very fluidly. Not someone who is here to change your mind and to set you into their internal programming. We all have our own internal programming. We can all be, we can still be on one accord and still have our own thought. I can still say yes, I agree, and no, I don't disagree to the same person, and that's where guidance and teaching can get lost, especially if you do not have a set religion or way of life or any of that. It can get very woo-woo-ish. Sometimes I don't really have the word, but you got to feel me to hear me. And I always said it all my life, and I really, 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 really understand that now. You really got to feel me to hear me, because, and I feel like you need to feel everybody to really hear them clearly, because words are nothing. Words are literally not sound. Vowels. We're gonna talk about that one day. One day. I'm gonna talk about it on my YouTube. This is gonna be on my YouTube, but I'm gonna put some of it on my social medias maybe. But anyway, I just know that for where we are now, please be mindful of who you receive from, because their energetic infiltration into your system can cause you to malfunction. Is it a virus or is it water for you to bloom? Do you need to cut it off or do you need to water it so that it can grow? Is this person, do you feel called to this person or do you feel attracted to this person? Two different things. Two different things. So, like I said, while I was walking and talking, be mindful of who you get readings from, who you get prayers from, who you allow to touch you, who you receive information and guidance from. It's very important. The light's going out, so I'm gonna have to go. But I love you. I love me. I love you. I'm grateful to be able to use my voice, because I know who I am and I know that I genuinely want the best for everybody with a spirit and a heart to connect with the Most High, to connect with nature, to connect with spirit, to connect with all these, to love, to being able to flow in and out of what we call good and bad times, to genuinely grow and evolve. Like, I know my heart has always been set to that ever since I was a kid, and ain't nothing changed but my name, Asha Sawu. Peace.